Good morning, everyone. I'm glad you're all here. I'm sure you heard about all the flooding that's going on there at Yellowstone. This is an image of the road between Gardner, Montana, and Mammoth Hot Springs where the flooding occurred. This image was provided by the National Park Service as they flew over the road there, and I got a lot of information about what's going on. Evidently, the west entrance, the roads are still real good there. Going all the way from Madison to Old Faithful, the roads are good. But yet there's talk that some areas there inside the park won't open until possibly Thursday. So going to Google Earth, here's the area of Gardner, and this is Mammoth Hot Springs. This is the area where the road was washed out. I went through this morning and documented all the areas of flooding with blue pins. Let me show you. The whole area basically received almost 2 inches of rain. We got here another area, and they're all along the Yellowstone River where the flooding is out. And I believe this area here, Carbella, that's all flooded. The historical bridge was, washed away. Evidently, Nate Creek posted a video of the bridge washing away. Let me see if I can make that bigger. There's an image of it there. They say it was a historical bridge. It's steel, iron. Looks like a trestle bridge. And it slowly sinks into the waters. There's going to be a lot of debris along these rivers to clean up. So that is the location of that bridge, Tom Minor Creek Road. So this road, Highway 89, is currently closed. It extends south into the Yellowstone National Park. This is all outside of the park. I have not heard of any flooding or damage there in the park. As of this morning, it's currently 10 a.m., June 14th, 2022. And like I said, the other entrances on the southern side of the park, they're evidently okay, in good condition. All the way from Madison to Old Faithful. Now, that is the area that they first closed there at Yellowstone Park. These images are not at the park. This is an image from Gardner, north of Yellowstone. The area in red, that is the north loop of Yellowstone. That was the first area that they closed, and this is the southern loop. Evidently, all the roads are okay here. Yellowstone Lake, for some reason, experienced power outages, and the live webcam is currently down. All the flooding was basically north of the park. They still have snowpack up there, so the rain, and it was drizzling for about 3 days prior to the flooding. But anyways, the snowpack started melting because of the rain, which intensified the flooding. Alright, so over here on the right, there's Red Lodge, Montana. And that one, or that area of Red Lodge, water was running through the town. And we'll zoom in, and you can see why, because we got a river here. So homes and businesses that were along the river were flooded. Here's a video of the river being flooded, a tree being swept away down the road. People brought in and volunteered to help with sandbags, things like that. This image here of Red Lodge, Montana shows the water going through the town. This image or video is from evidently originally the Weather Channel. Here we have an image of the flooding. You can see the river. It's off on the right here, and how it overflowed its banks and came up through the town. Right there. I believe this is from NBC News. So we'll zoom in a little bit here to Google Earth, and there's the river that overflowed. Yeah, its banks. Yeah, and I'm sure this area, this overpass, I believe this has been taken out. Got a lot of infrastructure that has been damaged, and it's going to be very expensive to repair it all. All right, Silvergate. Let's see if I can find that on here, because there was extensive flooding there. A bunch of campers had to be rescued from that area. They had to leave all their no, that was Woodbine Campground. They had to leave all their vehicles and possessions behind and only bring what they could take with them by rescue services. Yeah, they floated them down in life rafts. Over 30 cars were left behind. Again, all this flooding basically all happened up there in Montana. There was one area in Idaho. I'll get to that in a minute. And you can see the river here, how the people were cut off. The Billing Gazette has images of the people being rescued from this campground. This evidently was a still water river. And here we have another image. Yeah, they don't seem too concerned. There's a baby and a dog, and I think a total of 4 pets were rescued. This is a selfie by Justin Seeley as he takes a raft after being evacuated from Woodbine Campground Monday. That would have been yesterday. Another image of a bridge that was washed out, there at the Stillwater River. Like I said, they got a lot of debris they're going to have to clean up. All right, where shall we go next? Let's bring this out. There's flooding evidently up there by Nye. Here you can see it's the Stillwater River, and several of the roads here were underwater. Flooding was reported at Fishtail, and also, let's see, I know I got another one up here. Oh yeah, okay, up over here. That was Abasoki. It was false reports that anybody was stranded inside of Yellowstone National Park. The camera was working up until about 8 o'clock this morning. There was one home that was washed away. That was up by Gardner along, I believe, the Yellowstone River. Benzie evidently was camping there. And he's got a video of escaping through the river. They got bulldozers helping to keep the roads clear. Yeah, he's got several things here. And you can see the bulldozer there helping remove the debris as it goes across the road. Let me pull this up a little bit for you. Angie has a video of when that house there in Gardner, Montana got washed away. There was evidently a shed, and let me show you this here real quick. And it floated down the river whole for quite a while. Yeah, all in one piece. And there you go. Yeah, it was right close to the river here. And we got another video of the house floating down the river. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I send prayers to these people. This flooding is devastating. This video, too, is from Angie. You can see here the shed or the garage. That was the first to fall into the river. And there it goes. Now that one broke up when it fell in. So that was the area of Gardner. Right there. And then we'll come out and we'll go to the one in Idaho. This is Yellowstone here. And this is the report of flooding here at Island Park. Businesses and property owners in Island Park are busy trying to save their properties from a major water damage after days of rain caused massive flooding in Fremont County. A flood warning is currently in place for southeastern Idaho, including Fremont County, until 2 p.m. on Wednesday. And then other areas that are on flood alert, this flooding, because of the continued rain, goes all the way to the state of Washington. And we'll zoom in here. Yeah, you can see they got some smaller little rivers over there, and then over here, I'm not sure of the name of this river here. Evidently, Cody, Wyoming is alright. They're far enough from the river to not worry about flooding there. East Idaho News has images of the flooding there at Island Park. This here is the Shotgun Bar. Yeah, there's these headlines about video shows road destroyed in Yellowstone as tourists remain trapped in the area. They are not trapped in Yellowstone Park. That's all up in Montana where they're trapped. The Livingston Hospital was evidently evacuated. I don't know if this is the exact hospital. I did a search. It probably was. There's the river there. Fairly close to it. Now, this was posted on NBC Montana. It says, Park County officials have ordered residents south of Livingston Street to view vista between B and O to evacuate Livingston. This is not part of the park. Livingston Hospital has been evacuated and is now closed. And the nearest hospital service is Bozeman. Okay, DeConey's. Evacuations are underway to get resources to Gardner and Cook City. The American Red Cross of Montana has an emergency shelter running at the Hope Lutheran Church in Bozeman for anybody the flooding is impacting in Livingston and other areas of Park County. Yeah, let's bring this out and let's find Bozeman. See how far away that is. Alright, right there. I've been through Bozeman. Okay, there's Bozeman. And over here is where the hospital has been closed. Alright, so this is what I filmed last night. Here you can see the Firehole River. Let me turn this sound down so you don't have my background noise. As of this morning, this one car was still there at the parking lot. There was still one people walking along, the boardwalks. And I'll speed it up a little bit. Let's see here. You can see the clouds, yeah. I haven't heard from Josh yet, who is going to send me the videos and the images that he took when he was at the park yesterday. He said it was just a light drizzle, a light drizzle. Oh, we got a car that came through the parking lot. Yeah, I filmed this sometime after 10 o'clock last night. Here's all the current water gauges. Okay, you can see Billings up here. Take me to it. Okay, they're at moderate flooding. Water levels are still coming up. Like I said, it's going to be melting the snow. I have an image here. Now, she was at the park with her family on the 4th of this month. And this is Yellowstone Lake. Let me show you another image. This probably would have been somewhere around that date before the lake thawed out. And you can tell it was taken through a screen window. Yeah, so just in one day, evidently, the lake thawed out. Yeah, I want to thank Terry for sending me these images. And yeah, she got a great view of some elk there. Now, I believe this is Frank Island out here. I could be wrong, but it's one of the islands out there in Yellowstone Lake. So this line right along here, that would be Mammoth Hot Springs and Gardner. Okay, we got Clark's Fork near Yellowstone. Let's see if I can get that to work. Okay. Water levels there are dropping. Okay, the only area that we have near flood stage that would be probably within the park is still the Grassy Lake Reservoir. And we'll go to there. Alright, let's go there. I'll see if Google Earth will go. Okay, and that's down south. Right there. Let's check out some of the infrastructure. Oh, we got, yeah, just beaches it looks like. Yeah, I don't see really any infrastructure. So we'll bring it back out to get an indication where it is. Okay. Grassy Lake Reservoir. And over here is Yellowstone Lake. And this probably is Heart Lake, which I've talked about. Nope, that's Lewis Lake. Let's see. Anyways, yeah, it's southwest. And we'll bring it out a little bit farther. Sorry for all the little notes that I have on here. Okay. This is right on the outside edge of where the mountains blew out during its last major eruption. All this water, I was concerned in thinking about how this water might affect the geysers there at Yellowstone. Added water flooding could cause some hydrothermal eruptions. Yeah, I just don't know. Now there is, the Firehole River, and there's several geysers in the river, so you just don't know how it's going to affect. See, this is the Firehole River. You just don't know how it's going to affect the geyser. Are they going to have new geysers erupting? Josh, who was there by Arrowhead, I believe it was, back in 2019 when they had that earthquake swarm, that fault line was still visible there. All three fault zones had opened up during that time and were still visible, and he took pictures of that too, which I'm waiting on. I hope he's okay and his family's okay. Yeah, there is a lot of geysers and hot pools that are really close to Firehole River, and I don't know how much it's overflowed its banks or anything like that. Yeah, let's just bring this down so you can see. Yeah, and yeah, I wonder about the bridge, because we got a lot of debris coming down these rivers that could be caught under these bridges, and yeah, that could cause infrastructure failure. Yeah, I could see them closing certain areas where they got the flooding, but the roads are still in good condition according to the latest reports that I got. They're losing a lot of money. So why did they take drastic measures in closing the park? Better safe than sorry? Yeah, since when do they worry? I mean, they got the gases that are so thick they look like clouds of fog crossing the river. Or is this just going to be an exercise in how fast they would have to evacuate Yellowstone in case of an eruption. Yeah, never let a disaster go to waste, right? Here we got another walkway. Yeah, and more geysers that are along the Firehole River. Yeah, I don't know. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Always be prepared for a disaster. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.